There's people that are always going to stand in judgment and look at you in a way that they shouldn't because they don't understand what you're doing, because religion doesn't understand relationship. And God's calling us to a place of intense relationship. We're not called to the casual anymore. We're called, listen, I'm up here because you want me to tell you why I preach barefooted? Some of you don't know. But see, the thing is Moses said that where God is, when he encountered God in a burning bush, a bush that burned, that was not consumed. You understand you're the trees of righteousness, that God says that where I am, there you are, because he's seated in us. He makes his home in us. That means that I'm a bush that's burning, but I'm not consumed. So wherever God is, he said, take off your sandals, for the place where you stand is holy. Can I tell you that the presence of God is in this place this morning?
Yes.
And this is a holy place where God's meeting with us this morning.
Come
God
on.
is pouring out his love on us this morning. God is touching this
Yes.
morning. God's healing this morning. God's bringing breakthrough because we've come and we broke down our box. We broke down our walls. You understand that it was expensive. That oil, that ointment that was so expensive that you had to buy a container that, oh, listen. She didn't put it in a plastic bag. She didn't pour it in a clay. It was expensive. It was the best that she had. It represented everything that she was. It represented a lifetime's worth of earnings. If we understand about what it cost, you could go to the other Gospels in John. It tells you that it was expensive and it was worth a year's worth of wages. And the disciples that saw it at that time, they were upset because they said, you know, it was so expensive it should have been sold and given to the poor. That was what this oil was. It's valuable. It's priceless. And she took that oil and put it into something priceless. And it says that her faith motivated her to the place of Christ. Do you understand that when you've had an encounter with God, you can't help but worship him?
Yeah, that's right.
He'll take everything that you are. You know what's the thing is alabaster is a hard substance. It's like marble, but it can be carved. A lot of old statues and in the ancient world were created from alabaster or marble.
Yes.
Because even though it was hard, you could carve upon it. God talks about our hearts. He says in Ezekiel twice that he'll take away from us our stony heart. See, he's carving on our hearts. There's things that have etched its way into our heart. There's things that have caused us grief and pain. See, that's like with me. Can I tell you something? My daughter talks to me all the time about going to the gym. Bitterness don't get in your heart in a day. Things that cause your heart to be stony and hard, it doesn't get in there in a day. Jealousy doesn't get in there in a day. See, that's this 100 pounds that I'm walking around extra with didn't get on me one day. It means that if I go to the gym, I'm not going to get a six-pack ab in one day. That means that it took time for it to get in there. It's going to take time for it to get out. So that showed me that there was a place in that alabaster where she kept filling it because nobody seals up a jar that's only on a little bit in it. Some of us have to understand our heart has been like that alabaster box.
Come
and
on.
we've been hiding things in it. We've not only hid our gifts and our talents and our good things, but we put in every bit of bitterness and every experience that we've been through that changed our life and shaped us and made us what we are. And we tapped it off because it says that box was sealed. Come on, that nothing inside got out, but in the presence of Almighty God, when she came into the place where Jesus was, that meant that she had to get there. She had to cry. She had to pour herself out. She couldn't wait another minute. It didn't matter where he was. That's where she had to be. See, she didn't wait till he left the house. He didn't wait. She said, I know where he is. When you found him, you've got to follow him.